What's up, Internet? We are back with my cat on the lap because he wanted to get involved, doing some more Pokemon Ruby. Hopefully my equipment is not going to explode this time. No promises. It has been a while, but unfortunately my equipment was kind of indisposed, which kind of prevented us from actually doing anything. I'm a little bit forgetting where we were. If I recall, though, we had defeated Watson, but we needed an HM, and I think that's back in town with Watson. I don't know why I was over there to begin with. Ow, ow, ow. Please stop clawing my leg, Mr. Cat. I know you're happy to be on my lap, but seriously, that hurts a lot. Alright, do we have a bike? Yes, okay, so that's done. We have a bike. Good. Somewhere has an HM. We got our HM. Tremendous. Alright, so we got the Rock Smash. I am really scared about being really out of touch with Pokemon Ruby. It's been, what, a couple months at least. I feel bad about that too, because I really like Pokemon Ruby. It's my favorite generation. And I had to, you know, spend it sitting here worrying about my equipment and having to, like, format a bunch of stuff. Really hoping my equipment wouldn't break. Now, you're probably asking what monster we have that's compatible with this. That is an excellent question. I will tell you the moment I figure that out. Let's see if Flashy's got something. Other than Flash, presumably. I think we'll swap out Yay, because we don't need her immediately. And I'm not really sold on keeping her on our team for too long. I kind of have an idea for one other monster we could have on there. Also, since I've reformatted all this equipment, my inputs are now being read incorrectly, so my A button's B. This is going to be a little bit awkward for me, I apologize. Okay, so, hopefully Rock Smash can be taught to Flashy, because I don't want to teach it to someone actually good. I can, that is tremendous news. And now we can hurry on our merry little way. It's really awkward playing with a cat on your lap who wants to play with the controller with you. Okay, so... Oh, I don't even need to roller skate anywhere. Or skate, that's a different Pokemon game. We can go this way. So let's break this rock using Rock Smash. And smash that rock. Go team! They are strong Pokemon trainers. Are you getting off my lap, Mr. Cat? Go on the couch. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got a dual battle. What is our starting lineup? Aegis and Lilith? Yeah, okay. Works for me. Scabby and Ty. I remember these people's names, because I've played this game so much. It's weird when you can remember stuff like that, even though you've taken a huge break. But it's free experience, and that's what's important. I should have remembered their Pokemon too, because if I recall, they were on a image either in the manual or on the back of the book. Or a box, rather. Mudslap might be very useful against Magnemite, so we'll use that. And then my cat wants out because he's a smelly cat. Okay. Go on out. Tremendous. Alright, and then hopefully tomorrow I'm going to do another episode of Seiken Densetsu 3. That'll be fun. Getting back into the swing of things. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Shield. I wanted to play through it. It's weird how little a plot that game has, though. Like, it feels like it has to drop a villain out of literally the end, because they kind of forgot to put one in. It's weird. But it's a really short game too, man. I finished that in like 2 days of playing. That was fun. Definitely not one of the best Pokemon games I ever played, but it was fun. Okay, now if I recall, they interview you and you can give them some key phrases that you can then trade with other people and they can see it on TV as well as you seeing it on TV. But I don't really have any interest in that shit. So let's move on. And fight ourselves a camper. Now what I remember is we're actually right next to a monster I would like to get, but we won't be able to get it for a while. So, unfortunately that sucks to be us. But we still have some decent monsters on our team. We got Double Team, that's a good move. Speaking of Double Team, I've been playing a Pokemon hack on my DS lately, and it is one of the most awkward things ever because every enemy seems to know Double Team, making them really a pain in the ass to fight, as well as every trainer you're running into having like 3 full restores minimum. And it's like, oh, why are you making these fights so slow and bad? Meryl, do I want to swap? Not really. I like to keep my monsters all equally leveled, but I don't really have anything that's particularly good against Meryl. Nor do I have any monsters that are really lagging behind Lilith, so we'll just leave her to do her business, as she tends to do. Uh-oh, roll out. That's a dangerous move if he gets to use it more than once. Alright, Trace. One of the few times it's ever shown its use. I've also done a top 10 Pokemon list. Go watch that. You can see one of the few things I dislike about Gardevoir in that list, such as her abilities not being terribly useful. Synchronize and Trace are both very situational at best. And at worst, they're useless. But now we're gonna fight this guy, Travis, with his Sandshrew. But it's not the Ice Sandshrew, so I can't give it the time of day. Actually, I remember back when I first started Pokemon and I had Pokemon Red, I was kind of jealous that Pokemon Blue got Sandshrew. I remember thinking Sandshrew is a pretty cool monster. But I think I still liked Red more by the end of it. Ironically, when they brought out the new Sandshrew compared to the new Vulpix, I still preferred the alternative. Because Ice Vulpix is just awesome. Alright, so we beat him. And this is the desert we're not allowed to go into because it has all the fun stuff in it. Actually, there's 2 monsters I'd like to get in there, but alas, it is not to be at present. We will, however, fight this guy. I'm noticing a lack of weird glitches on my recording device. I know sometimes the battle flashes seem to mess up the recording device for some reason. I think it has something to do with the, what is it? Parallax scrolling or something like that. I've noticed a lot of Genesis games, when I try and record off it, just completely don't work. Which is why, after 6 years, I still haven't done a review of Rocket Knight Adventures. Someday I'll find something that I can actually record it properly, but today is not that day. Alright, take that, Zigzagoon, and I will take a level, thank you. And I get Calm Mind. That would actually be useful. Let's see. Raises SP attack, SP defense. Goodbye, Growl. Good move. As you know, I'm not the biggest proponent of using buffs, but you know, when it's a good buff, it's a good buff. Throw me out there, get some experience for her. Try and catch up with the team. Fortunately, we don't really have too much that Nuzleaf is going to be particularly good against us with, but I believe it is a dark type, so most of our attacks are going to be useless. I don't think Astonish will even work on it. But fortunately, we've got defense and levels on it, so it's not really too much of a problem, I don't think. Plus, we can make it flinch. I don't think this game added an item that increases the rate of which you cause flinching. I know later Pokemon games did. And that made monsters with flinching attacks really, really nasty to fight. But that was another thing about flinching attacks. Like, you know, they're not threatening, but when an enemy uses them, chances are 9 times out of 10 you will flinch. And for whatever reason, you don't seem to get those same odds. It's really kind of weird like that. But it doesn't matter because we defeated Nuzleaf quite handily. Mainly because he only attacked us like once. Suck it, Nuzleaf. Not a very good monster. Not that, like, Lombre is much better. I don't like either of those monsters. I think they're dumb. I think out of the two, I like Nuzleaf a little better, but not by a ton. I haven't been on a picnic since I was probably 5. So I wouldn't know. Maybe I should go on a picnic sometime, Carol, and see if I do sing. Because I don't do that ever. Really. We're not gonna do too much to my steel type. There we go, singing. Kinda. I am the legendary first pure steel type until I decide to add fairy because reasons. I do not fear you, Talo. Actually, that was one of the things I noticed about pure steel. Like, the first time you run into, like, the steel gym in Gen 2, it is one of the nastiest things ever unless you intelligently took a Cyndaquil. But, you know, that's kind of why I got so excited to actually get a steel type in this game the first time I played. And yet, steel types are basically weak to everything. Like, it just is kind of amazing how often you're taking extra damage for basically everything. And yet, ironically, they seem to be, like, the one type that has, like, the most defenses, so I don't know. It's like everything it's weak to, it just takes so much more, and it's weak to, like, the most common stuff. Vice Grip could be useful. I'd like that because it's a normal attack, and that gives us some more room to work with, because Dark and Ghost are kind of flaky attacks. I don't really want to lose Sweet Scent at this point in time, so I'll get rid of Fake Tears, although neither are terribly useful abilities. I think making it easier to hit your opponent is far more useful to me right now. Command Decision. Alright, we got a camper guy who's probably gonna wreck me because he probably has a bunch of rock types, and I don't have any steel attacks or fighting types. Oh, he's got 4 guys, and they're all Geodudes, I'm betting. This is less than ideal. But we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can just... That was actually surprisingly heavy damage. Although that's an Earth attack, and that's going to wreck my Steel type, because again, I'm kind of prone to taking a lot of damage for everything. Alright, Trent. Let's see if Bite can do more. I'm genuinely surprised Bite did that much, because honestly, by all accounts, it really, really shouldn't have. But flinching. Useful status affliction, even though it's kind of not technically. Alright, next is Geodude. I am not scared of you, because I've already fought several of you. Bite. And Bite. Alright, level 22, we caught up. Another Geodude. Well, we're on a roll, so I'm fine with continuing this momentum. I know we've got a couple really boring areas to go through next. We've got that really short cave, got that weird, like, ash-filled area. That's useful if you want to get a Poke Flute, but you have to stand around there for an intolerable period of time. So, I think we're going without Poke Flutes. If I recall, this is where you first fight Numel and Torkoal. And Torkoal are pretty rare around here. I don't have any real love for Torkoal, so we will run through this without really fighting anyone, because I feel this is a waste of time. This is not a very good area to just run around in. Unless, again, you're trying to get those 2 monsters. Never really liked Numel much either, so I'm quite content with our team right now. For the most part. I think, again, there's 1 or 2 monsters I could add to it and swap some stuff out, but these monsters are not the ones I would do that with. So let's get out of here. On the bright side, I think they're... Yeah, see, this is a really just small area. I remember Gen 1 Pokemon, Gen 2 Pokemon, those caves were stupid big, and they were like the most unpleasant areas to be in. Here, the cave is short, and it's nice to deal with. And you can see where you're going, so that's a big plus as well. I'll take Pecha Berries. I do quite like what they did with berries in Shield, where some of the berries just lower stats. So if you're trying to like build your stats up a specific way, you can do that. It's kind of neat. And it boosts friendliness, which means you can just cram a bunch of useless berries into Pokemon's face and raise their happiness so they evolve faster. Which is nice, because friendliness evolution always kind of sucked. I love Luna as much as I possibly ever could, but getting her to evolve into that Umbreon state, that was not the most fun time of my life. That's why I've probably never caught a Crobat in my life. Like, just, I do not have the time or patience. I think outside of Umbreon, the only other monster I ever bothered with was Silvally, and that's because I love Silvally so much. Again, I've got a top 10 list. You can figure it out. But we are making progress, and that's the important thing. Even though I'm a bit out of the loop, I know Pokemon Ruby pretty well, I'd like to think. I know we're gonna run into the, what is it, Team Magma in this one? Team Aqua. The villain ones, we're gonna run into them real quick, but otherwise I think we're doing pretty good. Sort of Garm out here. Makuita. Yeah, that would have been bad for Mia. We might be able to cause him to flinch, though. Effective or not, if I can get him to flinch, that gives us the fight. That accuracy drop could be a problem, though. That's what I want to see. Let's do more of that, please. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ah. It's always the crits that hit me. I never get to do critical attacks. I just get hit by them. Alright, well, he's a fighting type, so we'll throw Psychic out here. Now, I've said this before, and I will say it again. I do not understand Game Freak's logic with Psychics versus Fire. It seems reversed to me. Like, if fighting monsters are just like these big muscle heads who don't use their brains, what are psychic attacks going to do to them realistically? Whereas psychics are so busy working on their brains that their bodies are going to be frail and they're going to snap like twigs the moment a punch is thrown their way. It just sounds kind of backwards to me. Whaler. I don't know if we're going to go and get some legendary monsters in this game, but I know if we do, we're going to need to catch one of these, or a monster that has like a 1% spawn rate, and I don't want to do that, and learn Braille, and then find another monster that has like a 1% spawn rate. Getting the legendaries in this game is a little obnoxious, but, you know, maybe we'll do it. We'll figure it out when we get there. I just don't like Whalmer too much. Because it's Whalmer. No thank you. Alright, take that, Wilton. I think we get headbutt around here from this guy. Or it's not headbutt, it's, what's its secret power, which makes secret bases, which is a mechanic that would be functionally removed after next gen. Neither of which were games that featured it were ever really well used. Because in this game, you can make a secret base, but they're all in like the most awkward shapes ever, and you can't really do much with them. Later games, they're in really nice square shapes, but they're in like that terrible underground section no one ever bothered with. Because it was a huge waste of time. No, I think that's okay. I kind of wonder why she repeats herself like that after she heals you. I feel like that's probably like a programming error. Like, they just have her accidentally like on loop until you tell her no. Because by no reason should you ever need to heal up to full twice. Remember, she gives you berries, and also there's berries here. Now, something worth noting, and again, it's been months since I played this, so I don't really know if I've talked about this, but the versions of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, unmodified, had a bug in them, where once the in-game clock ticked over 1 year, all berries would stop growing. Like, they would just disappear entirely, and they would stop growing themselves, and eventually you couldn't get berries, other than the free ones they give out. Which is why you had to, like, link up to, what was it, Pokemon Box to get, like, a temporary patch that sort of fixed things. Okay, this is like that tree. If you use secret power, you'll make a secret base. I didn't really want to fight this guy, but I thought there might be something around here. Or maybe I'd get to run to the monsters from the desert that I really, really want. But I'm betting not. I think that's being a little hopeful. Sorry, Daisuke, but because Game Freak has Psychics versus Muscle heads backwards, you have to lose very quickly now. Hey, I got a crit. Nice. I'll take a crit. Sorry, Daisuke. Now we can go down here, but then they push us that way. And because we actually need a 2-square lead up to actually build up speed to go past the mudslide, we have to go the long way around because sensible. Let's fight this lady. I don't think they're actors, I think they're here for a fight. But whatever, cool trainer Brooke. Or like braggy trainer, but you know, whatever. If you want to brag about being cool, that's on you. You and your wing attack. You know, if I had a freaking electric type, that'd be 4 times weakness right there. Actually, outside of electricity, Wingle's a pretty good typed monster. But then you have to understand that this series mascot is a stupid electric mouse who would completely decimate that thing in one move. And then you have to question if that's really a good monster. But it's always important to try and mix up your Pokemon types as much as you possibly can, which is why dual typing is so important. So focusing on single type monsters is not exactly what we would call ideal. But it is what it is. Of course, use Super Potion because you want to be an obnoxious trainer Brooke. Psychic attack. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll get confused. Or not. Worth the shot. Well, let's throw Garm out there and get some experience for him. I shall intimidate you. And then I'll tackle you. Alright. Now we get to go to one of the weirdest acres, I've been playing too much Animal Crossing, one of the weirdest routes in this game. One with all the ash that you need to collect to turn into Poke Flutes that end up doing basically nothing for the amount of time that you spend having to grind for them. It's sad too because, you know, it's a good idea. Turn your step counter into basically items, really useful items that can be used unlimited times. The problem is they really want you to get those steps in. And we ain't got time for that shit. We have got to move on. And it's also a really small area that only has like 2 or 3 monsters in it, so it's not like there's really much to see in the next route. I'm gonna swap monsters. We'll throw Aegis out there. Mega Drain. Alas. Wow, that was a lot more damage than I had hoped to take. Oh, quit doing that. Holy crap, I'm getting completely destroyed by Roselia. That's depressing. This little rose thing is completely destroying me. Go get him, Drumsticks. Use Ember. I was really hoping that would do a little more, but what can you do? On the bright side, we can go back and get healed at any time, multiple times, because for whatever reason they loop you back into a conversation about healing yourself. Because, again, I think it's some kind of programming error, but I'm not 100% on that. Oh, come on, Drumsticks. Also, why is a rooted plant faster than you? That's not right. Some kind of flamey turkey. You should not be beaten by a plant. It's not right. Alright. Let's go back and heal because that was unexpectedly difficult. Because a vegetable really decided to wreck my life. We are a little bit exhausted. Please heal us up. Thank you. Nope. That's all I needed. I don't need multiple trips to the same thing to heal when I'm already healed. How are my monsters doing? Yeah, 21 is probably... Alright, we'll keep Lilith in front just so that we can get her that extra level. Alright, Route 113. I think you can run into Skarmory around here. But, yeah, mostly just run into Spinda. And Spinda are just kind of useless monsters. I mean, their one claim to fame is that the spot patterns on their faces are variable, and that's it. It doesn't signify anything. It doesn't change how they act. It doesn't have any benefits or anything. It's just some look a little different than the others, I guess. Not dissimilarly to the unknowns from previous generation. And that's level 22 for me. Thank you. I don't even think we get any advantage because we don't have a soot pouch yet. I think we have to talk to someone specifically to get a soot pouch so that our steps actually matter. Which is, you know, not ideal, certainly. Suboptimal, as some might say. It's Trapinch! I'm not at all jealous you have a Trapinch. It's not like I wanted a Trapinch. At least confusion. Oh, that's gonna be bad for us, I feel. Oh, that was bad for us. But I will confuse you, and therefore I will win. He'll use Linoon, which now has a new form that looks dark and edgy, and it has an extra evolution because of reasons. But, I still think that Mightyena is a far cooler dark type than Linoon and whatever its evolution could ever be. Oh no, it begins. And I'm gonna miss every turn and flinch. That's how this is gonna be. He's using modified Brock strats on us. That's not ideal. We were identified. But we win all the same. But we didn't level up. Now this thing that looks like a Pokeball in the soot, it's actually a different character. I think there's one or two that are actually items, but that one's a player character. Or a player character, an NPC. Non-player character for the uninitiated. Swap our team out because Garm needs an extra level. And he's a ninja because edginess. Edgy ninja boy. Never understood coughing. It's such a dumb monster design. Like, what is it even? Is it supposed to be like some kind of weird balloon thing? Just filled with poison gas. Looks kind of like a bumbleball. I don't know. Coughing's a weird monster. And its new one with a mustache isn't much better. Alright, level 22, but we're poisoned. That's not ideal. We're gonna pass on Roar because it's not terribly useful. Just makes enemies run, and if you're in a fight, it just swaps to the next monster, which is... I guess it could have strategic uses against players, but seeing as we're not playing other people, that's not going to matter much. But we'll take that stab damage, thank you. Now, fortunately, I don't think we're severely poisoned. We're just standard poisoned, so we might be able to survive this entire fight if we're good. And if he uses nothing but coughings that take a second turn to us, we have a significantly better chance of surviving this. But we will see what we can do. Like making coughing flinch. It's an ideal strategy. I think we might be able to survive, provided we can take it out quick enough. Oh, yeah, that ain't happening. Alright, fair enough. Let's throw our trusty steel type out there. Coughing, have you ever been to an industrial sector? I'm inclined to think you were born there. Steel does not yield to smog. That's just how it exists. Granted, you know, steel also creates a lot of smog, so, you know, you're welcome, but you're not going to beat me. And down you go. Alright. And he got to maintain his honor. It's a perfect system. And we got an ether. Which, fun fact, until I was like 23, that's actually how I thought you spelled either. I didn't realize there was an I in it. Like, every time I spelled ether, I knew it wasn't spelled right, but I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Spent 23 years of my life up to that point trying to understand the English language, and, you know, still learning things every day. Okay, we're healed up. We are good to go. I'm sure I'll be back if I get poisoned again, but fingers crossed it doesn't happen. I think we can swap drumsticks to the front since we're all level 22 now, except for Ye, who is, again, I'm not certain I want to actually keep her in our main party anyway. I'm actually going to go on foot after this just because the Mach bike, while very, very quick, has not a lot of control, and I feel like in areas like this, control is useful. Let's go drumsticks. Give him a good old double kick. Like that, and that. Good going. That weird Pokemon hack I was playing earlier that I mentioned, it also had like the most absurdly high encounter rate ever. Like, I swear, it was in the program that fights would end up on like a random counter between 1 and 3, and if you didn't run into a fight between 3 steps, they would force an encounter on the 4th. So every 4 steps you ran into a fight, and they would like randomly throw fights at you inside cities too. It was the most bizarre thing ever. On top of fights just taking forever and enemies designed to be really, really kind of dickish. That's Spinda that's now down. Take some experience though, thank you, Mr. Spinda. Where'd you go, drumsticks? Oh god, we gotta fight this lady now. And I'm betting she has a normal. She tipped her hand. We actually know exactly what she's all about now. We've got your number, lady. We're both fire types, so I don't think I'm terribly worried about you, but I'm also a fighting type who can double team. I wish I could double team. I've got double kick, though. Ugh. That stupid hack had every monster on enemy's team capable of double teaming. Makes you really respect how awesome double team can be, though. It's like, oh, you're suddenly just unhittable after 1 turn. That's tremendous. Ugh. Okay, well, we're now in trouble. That's double battle. Whoopsie. Well, guess we're taking a trip back to the Pokemon Center. Again, getting used to the controls because A and B have swapped on me again, that's not fun. But we'll get there. I just wanted to set my Corellia and my Mawile as my first front runners. Alas. Now, I don't want to use Sweet Scent out of battle, because while it's useful in battle, outside of battle, it's not super useful. Actually, that's not true. It's incredibly useful, depending on what you're trying to do. We're actively trying to get back to where we were, so it's not terribly useful, but it basically forces random encounters to be more often. So, you could use Sweet Scent if you're looking to run into more fights, catch more monsters, find rare monsters and stuff like that, but for the sake of advancing through the environments as fast as possible, which is, you know, what we're trying to do, it's not terribly useful for us. On the right side, we're almost back, because as short as these paths are, you know, it's still a bit of a ways, but we're almost back. And now that we're completely set up with full health, we are ready for that double battle. And I think that double battle marks the halfway point between that route and the next area, which is a town. I don't think there's a Pokemon gym there, but I think there's a contest area there. Not that I think we have any shot at actually taking part in a contest successfully. I'm just gonna run past Sandshrew and get to that double battle as quick as we can. So that would just be ideal. So many ashy steps we've taken, and we can't take advantage of any of it. But trust me, even if we could, we wouldn't be able to afford anything. It's sad how much they really expected you to kind of grind this area. It's kind of nice that they let you actually talk to these people to challenge them, as opposed to just being challenged. I like that. 2 Whismers. And we got a soundproof. Right, and we'll use Confusion. And we shall take out 1. So that we take half the damage, because that's what we call strategy. And now we take out the other. Because dividing and conquering, it works. History has proven this. It's a viable strategy. Okay, let's not select teleport this time. Move Lilith up to the front spot so that she can get her next level. And get that item, whatever it is. I kind of appreciate that it has a spot in the middle of its face. I don't know, I'm somewhat anal about symmetry, so Spinda just kind of annoys me mostly. Like, that's kind of cute. It's got a spot in the middle of its face. Oh, but it's got one on its cheek, too. And not one on the other side. And its ears are not properly, like, similarly colored. So, asymmetry. It's annoying. It's ironic that asymmetry bothers me that much, because my custom color scheme is asymmetrical by design. Life's funny like that, I guess. What we got here? Max Ether. A super useful item for us, but an item that is useful all the same. Yes, we can turn ash into glass. But we don't have a thing to collect it. Now we have a soot sack, so our steps will matter. However, let's see how much we need. Oh, they're not gonna let us until we get like 1,000 or something dumb. I remember this now. And even if you have enough to actually initiate the conversation, he still won't have enough to actually like make anything good, so it's a waste of time. I remember running around here for basically hours on end trying to collect anything, just for the chance to get something good, and it never happens. Oops. Huh? Should be able to counter that without getting taken out, although fighting another enemy might be a problem. Take that, Ninkata. Ninjask. I think we'll throw Aegis out there. He needs more levels. That should do a decent amount of damage, I would think. Or not. I do quite like Ninjask's ability where every turn it just gets faster. Unfortunately, it's on a bug type that's not particularly good. So its stats all kind of suck. And it's already really fast anyway, so it's almost like the speed boosts are kind of unnecessary. From what I recall looking at its stats anyway, it's inherently a very fast monster, so speed boosts really aren't going to do much to it. If it was a slower monster, it might be more valuable to do that. But, you know, it's an interesting idea. Although that means that most setups for it tend to be inherently gimmicky. I don't know. It can be fun to play with gimmick monsters from time to time, I suppose. When I first ran into these monsters, I really did like Shedinja, and that's nothing but a gimmick, but it's not a well-implemented one. It's TM32. Hey, it's Double Team. Do we know anything that can learn it that doesn't already know it? Everything can learn Double Team. This is useful knowledge. We may have to use that later. I'll think about it. Because as I've experienced, Double Team is one of the most obnoxious things. Gonna run away. And we are gonna go fight this guy. Okay, Dylan, with your Aron. Actually, that's an idea. I'm gonna throw my Aron out there, and we'll see which one of us is the stronger Aron. I mean, I have levels on you. That was super effective, and it lowered my accuracy. You know, I think I like that move. Let's try it ourselves. Well, that's about half your health. No big deal. It's really going to turn into basically a game of chicken for whoever blinks first. Or rather, whoever misses first. However, he's going to have to hit me at least one more time. 2 more times. And I just have to do that, and I win. Sorry, Aron. Alright. Take that, Dylan. With your Dylaniness. If I recall... Where is it? Here, I believe. There's a Nougat. Because Nougat... There's a Pokemon contest place we can't go to because we don't have the proper clearance. This lady's going to say there's a problem with the Pokemon PC thing. I know we can go talk to the lady behind the Pokemon PC thing. I'm not sure that's required though, so we might skip that. Let's go into these houses, see if there's anything of value. It's not how you spell Cosmo. But okie dokie. Now the problem is we need heart scales, which we won't have until basically the end of the game. Fossil Maniac? You know, we can get fossils later. Spoilers. I can't run in here. I find that obnoxious. He's mean. He reminds me of the other fossil guy who mistook me for some kind of looter and I had to punch him into submission. And then he gave me one, so I'd stop punching him into submission. Yeah, Roar's not a terribly useful ability, but I will take it. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Let's talk to the fishing guy, who probably has nothing but magic carps. Like most fishing guys, really. Nolan. Oh, Barb Roach. That's a good monster that's an earth type. Actually gives it some decent typing. It can learn magnitude, which can make it really dangerous if you let it. But magnitude is basically a dice roll attack. And we got away pretty scot-free with a magnitude of 6. Although that's not good. But we still have speed on him, so I'm not terribly worried. Down you go. Alright, Nolan, you've been defeated. I wish I had a little more health by the end of this than I did. I see. Well, if you want to give me a fishing rod, buddy, we'll give it a shot. Oh, good old Goldeen. That's one of the monsters I haven't caught in Pokemon Snap. But that's because it's, again, a dice roll type of situation, whether or not Goldeen ever shows up. Which, as we all know, randomness in game design is never a good thing. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's necessary, but it's never good. And you need to limit randomness as much as you possibly can. Nope, I will continue to fight Goldeen. That sounds like a sensible plan, because I still need to actually be hit by one. The problem is, if one actually does get an attack on me, it will probably take me out. Still, we will see what we can do. We'll see if we can survive this. Okay, Barboach, this is probably where things go bad for us. Or, you know, not. I mean, I will take another free attack. Beware my fire attack, none of them. I do have one fire attack on my entire team, but I don't see much use in using it against a water and ground type. That just sounds like a dumb idea, because it is. Okay. Do you know any attacks? I'm grateful for the free experience, don't get me wrong. Not to be critical, but, you know, if you want to win a fight, you actually have to throw a punch. At some point. I think this lady has a Swablu? I think someone around here either has a Swablu or an Altera. I know you can run into them wild around here. But that's me attempting to try and remember. A game I have not played in a very long time. Come on. Ooh, that's not good. You got stabbed, but you didn't do enough damage to take me out. So I'm laughing because you're down. Take that. Nancy uses Lombre. I don't think this monster is terribly interesting. Oh, that could be bad, though. I think that's a dark move. Alright, Garm is probably our best bet, if he's got dark moves. Plus we can Intimidate, drop his attack a little bit. That always helps. Though having our attack kind of reduced is not what we would consider ideal, certainly. But we shall see if we can survive this fight. Oh, nature power, you semi-random attack. It's better than, what is it, hidden power? That move is completely weird. I mean, I get how you calculate it, but it's still, you know, unless you're willing to do that, it's basically random. Take that, Nancy. Nothing over here. This is where the lady who controls the Pokemon PC thing goes. Uh-oh. We got a double battle. We got a battle in some doubles. I can talk to this guy, too. Also, we got a raspberry, which is like the best kind of berry. Makes the most delicious jam. Alright, Ivy. Consider yourself challenged to a Pokemon contest. Also, their overworld sprites were identical. They look nothing alike. I feel robbed. Oh, this could be a problem for us. That Graveler might not be an ideal opponent for us. Oh, that damage drop, thanks to Garm, is not hurting my feelings any. Okay. I'm gonna try and take Rosalia out of the picture before it starts healing itself up. Kinda like that. And Graveler's gonna be a bit of an issue. We'll see what we can do. Bite you, and I will bite you, and down you go. Okay. Now I can actually take out the force behind this little duo. Unfortunately, we don't have any moves that are really equipped for it. Why is Bite so good against Rock? It really shouldn't be. I'm thoroughly confused, but I will take that victory. Fight this guy. Camping's okay, I guess. If you're a camper. Like this guy with his shorts. I, however, am not. I'm in a place that's snowy 10 months out of the year, so camping's kinda out. Well, I guess winter camping is supposedly a thing. But it's not a thing I partake in. We can take out Nuzleaf with its weird nipples. Why does Nuzleaf have showing nipples? That's a weird design choice. Like, was that really crucial? Were you really thinking there's something about his general torso area that needs to draw attention to it? And we don't want to draw a belly button or like a little belly patch or something. Let's just give him nipples. It's weird. But I win. So take that, Nuzleaf. Alright. That's Shane. Your Shaneliness. I think you can run into Swablu around here anyway. I'm pretty sure there's someone that actually uses an Altera in this general chunk of the world. You know, thinking about it, I haven't seen a Swablu in Pokemon in quite a while. Okay, I have to appreciate the Charizard pants and the Charizard shirt. This guy's got fashion style. Oh, I see how it's going to be. Steve. Well, that's fine. That's okay. That's great, in fact. I'll serve drumsticks out and I will kick you into submission. Because, spoilers, steel and rock are both weak to fighting attacks. Which should be rather unfortunate for you, and quite fortunate for our boy Drumsticks. I win. Way to go, Drumsticks! You're the best flamey turkey thing ever. Actually earned some decent money. Oh! I almost forgot. We had to get that. I don't remember what carbohydrates actually give our Pokemon, so I'm not going to bother using it immediately, but it could be useful moving forward. Okay, let's get out of this C-Dot's range by running away. Yeah, we're level 24, so we should probably swap our monsters out. I know this is primarily a rock monster area, but I think Drumstick's speed combined with its fighting type attacks should at least give us some vague sense of advantage. Take a protein. I think that boosts attack. What do we have around here? Oh yeah, there's this guy with his awesome hair. And I think there's a camper to the south of us. Or a camper, a hiker, mountaineer, those guys. You don't run into a lot of fire breathers in this game. Well, that's one. What else you got? Wingull. That is a good choice for a monster. Ah. I just realized fighting is bad against... Oh, that's not good. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. It's super effective, but it shouldn't be because I'm also a bird. I'm a triple type. You're just not giving me credit. Like Charizard before me, I should be 3 elements and not just 2. But alas, that's not a thing. Although I kind of wonder at times why that's the case. Like, why can't we have a triple type? I guess that would just overcomplicate things with the typing and stuff, but still, a lot of Pokemon designs are just kind of confusing when you only limit it to 2 possibilities. And some are just seemingly random to begin with. Yep, there was this guy. I remembered. You are not prepared. That's a fantastic trilby you're rocking today, sir. Mountaineer. I don't think I could pull off a trilby myself. I've got a really ridiculously big head. Hats in general just don't fit my head, but that said, I don't think I could rock a trilby. I don't think I could wear much beyond like a toque. Although I do think Akubras are pretty cool. Alright, just gonna use another Geodude, and I'm gonna kick it in the face with my fighting style kickity kicks. Like this. Use your drumstick kickity kicks. Like that. Down you go, you smelly rock. Punk. It looks like he's wearing a toque, too, which is weird, because he's very clearly wearing a trilby. I really don't want Drumsticks to get higher level than anyone else, but at the same time, when it comes to fighting rock types, we don't have a lot of other options. Although fighting types, we've got some options, although not many bird attacks other than Peck. But it seems to be doing the trick pretty well. Alright, take that Matcha. Next is another Machop. Well, I've got more pecs. Got pecs for you. Got more pecs for you. Drumsticks has so many pecs that it makes you bodybuilders just completely jealous. And down you go. Again, yeah, that's a Trilby, but that's a Took. Weird. Oh. Ah, thought there might be something in that rock. I guess not. And here is where, if I recall, we run into the next instance of plot. It's also where we can run into Dragon types and Solrock, or Lunatone if you've got the other version. The concept of a Psychic Rock is an interesting typing, but not a monster I really have much love for. Oh yeah, and Zabbits. There are plenty of Zabbits. Just gonna run from you. I swear there was something we could pick up in that crater, but I guess not. Yep, here they are. These guys. Doing things I'd rather not care to deal with right now. And yet, here we are. Just Team Aqua. Yeah. Now, these guys are weird because one of these teams is clearly evil, and yet they vary depending on the version, because Team Magma, their entire goal is to expand the land so that there's no more sea. And Team Aqua's whole goal is to expand the sea so there's no more land, but, you know, in the version where your team is the villain, the other team is basically just saying, no, those guys are just crazy, we're just here to stop them. So it's, I'm not sure if it's played like they're still nut bars that are trying to basically achieve the opposite objective here. They just say the other team is evil and, you know, we're here to stop them. It really is just strange, more than anything. He wants a meteorite really, really badly. Oh well. We can't help him, ever. Actually, we could, but I probably won't ever, because I don't really feel like it. I don't really want a Solrock. Unfortunately, while there are dragon types in this area, they are not available in this room. So unfortunately, we need, like, Surf, and we need Waterfall, and a bunch of other shit that I don't really have or want right now, so we're probably going to skip that dragon type. And to be fair, that's fine. I have no real love for, what is it, Salamence. I can't even think of what its earlier evolutions are in this game. But we're on Route 115, which, if I believe, is directly north of Dewford. Olivine. Nope, that's second generation. The place with the rock team. Hey Sykes, how you doing? Come on, Drumsticks. Fighting Meditite, also known as knockoff Bad Gallade. Except Gallade was a cool monster. Meditite is just lame. Oop, detected itself, so. Didn't detect that though. Good to hear, good to hear. Okay, Makuita. What can we use against... I'm not sure how fast he's going to be, that's the problem. If we knew we were going to get initiative, I'd be more confident in this plan, but let's give it a shot. Oh, nice. I've only played a little bit of Mario Kart 8 myself, but it seemed like a fun game. I don't know, the last Mario Kart I got really into was Double Dash, but Mario Kart's always fun. Hey, we got a level, and we managed to defeat it without getting Lilith knocked out. Go team. Okay, let's throw Aegis in front. Yo, this guy. That must be painful, breaking bricks with your forehead. This guy took using your head a little too literally, I think. Unfortunately, steel is not good against fighting, so this could be really bad for us real quick. But we might be able to make him flinch, which would be nice. Or not. Okay. I guess we will throw Mia out, but she's also a steel type, so this is going to go about as well as that did. Although I do have bite, so I could at least continue the strategy of attempting to make you flinch. And that failed horribly. Just flinch, damn it. Come on. Oh. And there she goes. Good try. Alright, let's throw Garm out and see what he can do. More attempts to make flinch, but I have stabs. So down you go. That was basically a train wreck, but still we beat him. Okay, don't give me a monster, just let me get by, thank you. Got a great ball. That's one great ball. And berries, yes please. I'll take bulk berries. Oh, I'm sorry, Bluck berries. Clearly not blackberries, mind you. That would be copyright infringing. Based on those terrible little organizer things that people sometimes used. Alright, we got Collector Hector with his Seviper. We don't get one of these in this game. This is one of the monsters that I kind of disliked not getting the other version for, because I thought Seviper was a cool monster. We got Zangoose, which is okay, but it's a normal type. There's limits to what you can do with it. And that'll take Aegis out. Okay. Garm, you're up. Use your biting. And do it slightly better than Seviper's. That would just be fantastic. Okay. Well, you lost. Yeah. Seviper's pretty rare, but that's only because it's not in this version. Okay, now if I recall, now that we've kind of looped the area, we have to go to Devon Goods and then go back that way. And then the route to the top of the mountain should be available, which will lead us with another fight against these Team Magma goons. And then to our fourth gym. Got experience share, a thing that's just given to you from the start in the new generations because reasons. Huh. Okay, this wasn't 100% how I remember this going, so I remember them giving you something else while you were here as well. So, hopefully we get something before we leave here, or else I'm going to be about one step behind where I think I should be, but I think I still need to go to the top of the mountain. But, again, I thought I was going to get something else here, and if I did, I was going to ultimately make a quick detour. But it doesn't look like that's the case. Okay, well, time to go back this way, I guess. Probably should heal my monsters. That sounds like an idea. Alright, heal up. Now, I believe basically what we need to do is go back to the entrance of the cave where we could run to Torkel's, and there should be an alternate path that is now available, I think. And if not, then I'm lost. Oh, I want you to go down, thank you. Hey, it's Tylo. Or Talo, or however you pronounce that. I don't care! Let's just get out of the way. Alright, Aegis, let's get out of here. And go this way. I will take items. Okay, that wasn't what I thought we were getting, but I'll take it, I guess. You're welcome. Oh yeah, that's right, we can do this. C-Dot Smash! Hey, we got an HM. Terrific! Unfortunately, we don't have the badge needed to use that, so... for now, that's basically just useless inventory space taken up. But the point is, we are making at least some degree of progress, and we're back where we started. Also, fun fact, if you're hatching eggs, like right next to this guy, he gives you eggs. Literally, this is the perfect racing line for hatching eggs because it's the widest single straight stretch in the game. I know that because I did a lot of Pokemon breeding back in the day. So, just pro tip from me. Okay. I would still very much like to go to the desert, please. No? Fine. Now, we couldn't actually go up before we went around, did that entire loop of towns that were basically pointless. But now we're going on top of an active volcano, which is exactly where a cable car should lead. And oh yeah, now Aqua and Magma Goons are fighting it out because reasons. That's a really energetic Ponyta. Oh, you can tell I'm tired. Puchiena. That's the P one I'm looking for. Alright, we gotta fight this guy. Now these guys tend to use Puchiena, Mightyena, and Numel and Camerupt, so... yeah, actually, he just should be a perfect starter for us into these fights. These guys are idiots. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the ocean so there's more land for people to live on. But what about water? What about sea life? What about the things that make land, you know, important? Oh, what? You're ignoring all that, I see. The other team, you know, we're gonna get rid of land because we want more water. Okay, but what about land? What about places to live? What about Pokemon who live on land? You know, you're both idiotically short-sighted. Alright, fighting Poochyena. You could evolve your monster at this point, but you didn't. Also, my attack rose. That's why Metal Claw's nice. You do damage, you can get stabbed with my monster, plus your attack is constantly getting raised. I mean, the only ways it could be better is if it, you know, gave you automatic critical hits and healed you up, and automatically caught every monster, including trainer monsters. I guess that would make it a little better. Also, Tabitha's a girl's name. You are clearly a man. I'm very confused. Also, Metal Claw. Oh, poop. Okay, well, we still have Mud Slap. That's pretty useful against fire types. It's not going to do too much damage, but it'll at least lower your accuracy a bit. Oh, that could be really not ideal for us. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, well, let's try something else. I guess we'll go with Drumsticks because fire type. The problem is he's ground type as well. As, you know, evidenced by the fact that it has magnitude for some reason. Good work, Drumsticks. Alright, another Numble. I will stick with Drumsticks because he is getting us results. And results are useful. Okay, another Poochyena. That's not a problem. You're a dark type. You're pretty weak to fighting, if I recall. Like that. Done and done. Like a turkey dinner made of fire that kicked you in the face. You know that's gonna, like, liquefy all the towns that surround this volcano, right? Killing everyone. Even if you're doing it to make more land for people to live on, you're killing all the people who are going to live on it. Oh yeah, I'm the ignorant one. I'm the one who understands common sense. Nice haircut. Okay, you just... Oh god, you're in trouble already. Well, let's see if we can take him out with Metal Claw. Nope. Okay, well, we tried that. I don't want to do this, but I guess we're going straight to Drumsticks. Take advantage of that fighting. Attacks. The problem is the next gym's probably going to be reliant on them as well. This is not what we would consider ideal, certainly. And if I flinch, that too is a problem. That too is a problem. See, this is where things go real bad for us real quick. And this is also where stuff like Quick Attack actually really shines. And of course, Super Potion, because let's prolong every single fight in the goddamn game. Come on, Drumsticks. You got this. Just don't flinch. Crapola. Alright, well, let's completely miss that attack. And get bitten. And miss. Ugh. This is how this fight is gonna go. I flinched. Of course I did. Well, there's not much I can do about it. I might as well just let drumsticks take the damage so a monster I swap in doesn't. I'm gonna figure out what we're doing next. Let's throw Mia out there. Because I know he's probably got a Camrupt waiting. Which means if she's going to be of any use to us, it's going to be about now. The advantage we have right now is the fact that we are emphatically attacking first. Until we flinch. Don't flinch, don't flinch, don't flinch, don't flinch, don't flinch, don't flinch. Yeah, see what I said about flinches being kind of really, really mean when your opponents use them, and when you use them they rarely ever work? Yeah, this is basically what I mean. I honestly do feel like they probably have higher odds than we do to actually hit. Oh, we are not in a good position. I lowered your attack, so, you know. Small victories. 1. Unfortunately, we still have, like, what, 3 more fights? Oh, this is bad. Okay, Golbat. Okay, 2 more. He will never have a Crobat because his Golbat will never love him. What a sad man you are, Moxie. Maxie, whatever. Oh, come on, Garm. I was really hoping for a little bit more than that, buddy. Wow, we are doing spectacularly bad right now. Well, we got one more shot. I mean, I guess we could attempt to use Brock strats and just max out to double team, but I'm not sure that would necessarily work. Confusion's really our only shot with this, too, because we don't have any other offensive attacks on her, which is a problem I'm noticing at this very moment. Oh, stop potioning your monsters. Okay, Maxie. With your supersonic that can't hit. I'm really terrified about your next monster, because I can handle this. It's what you have next that scares me. Of course, you got a Camrupt. Because they're Team Magma. They have to have the fire types. Team Aqua uses Sharpedos. But otherwise, like Team Magma, they basically just use Mightyenas. In fact, I'm pretty sure, aside from Camrupt, Maxie and Archie have the exact same teams. I don't know if I have revives, but we're gonna see and hope. Because Flashy ain't living through this. Now the problem is, even if we do have a revive that we can use, which it doesn't appear we do, I don't know exactly what monster we'd use it on because Camrupt is scary. Bide. For all the use it's going to do you. Oh no, you lost to Tackle. Alas. Oh, we're in Rustboro. Of course we are. Okay, well, we're running back, I guess. I knew I should have gone to the one in, what is it, the Electric Town? Oh well. We'll get there again. Stupid Whismer. No one's ever gonna clear out that other rock, because I can't be asked. Stupid Whismer. Your stupid evolutions I've never bothered to get. Explode my ass. Actually, I think Explode's a neat monster design, but I've just never bothered. Because there's so many good Gen 3 monsters. And of course, this is the game that has so many HMs that you basically have to get like 3 monsters dedicated to HMs. At least. Like, that's part of the reason why Tropus is such a great monster, because it learns pretty much every non-water HM. Oh, it can learn Fly and Cut and Strength and, you know, Rock Smash. Terrific. And then you get Sharpedo for all your water stuff. And then you have 4 monsters you actually want to use. And that's why HMs are terrible. They take up huge chunks of your team, and there's nothing you can do about it. Which is why I'm relatively happy with Pokemon Eevee and Shield for not having HMs, because HMs are the worst. They're just the bane of pretty much every Pokemon trainer ever. It's like, oh, there's things behind that environmental hazard? I would like those things. Oh. But then I have to remove an actual monster I use. Well, that's no good. Okay, so... I don't oh yeah, you start with Mightyena, so we'll start with our Mightyena. And see what we can do with this. Also, there's some visual glitching again. Not sure why my recording device does that with some of this stuff, and I apologize, but it happens. Look, Baxi, I appreciate that you're trying to make lives better for people, but you are stupid. And you need to recognize that you are stupid. But you won't recognize you're stupid, and that's the problem. Okay, Garm, you have a level on him, you're the same type, you got the same moves, you've got this. What was that Futurama line? I know every single one of her moves, therefore I have the advantage. Now, perfectly symmetrical fighting never solved anything. Though it did look pretty cool. Okay, Mightyena. See, I wouldn't bother resorting to Brock strategies for this. This doesn't need that, Mightyena. Also, healing with potions. Like, I appreciate that you're hitting hard and that you're, you know, getting a lot of flinches in. And you're basically cheating, let's just be honest, but, you know, you're at least providing a difficult fight. But healing up and just making these fights prolonged is not a fun way to make this fight tough. It's just dumb. Not dissimilarly to Maxie's entire view on how to create more land to make the world a better place. It just misses the obvious point. Come on, Garm. Nice moves. Oh, bite my ass, Mightyena. Okie doke. Let's throw Aegis out there. Metal Claw should do something. Provided he doesn't effectively send attack me into a corner. As he seems to have. Ugh. Come on. I like Mightyena, but this is just dumb. That's all this is. I missed, and then I flinched, and then I missed, and then I flinched. This is not a fun boss fight. It's not a clever boss fight. It's not particularly difficult. It's just that you're kind of clearly messing with the numbers to make it basically unfair. I'm pretty sure that send attack takes away 5% of your accuracy. It doesn't make it that you're guaranteed to miss every attack afterwards. Theoretically, it could do something like that if you got wildly unlucky, but between that and how often you're making me flinch, I'm inclined to think you're just cheating, Maxie. I thought you were a ground type. That didn't work half as well as I'd hoped. Double kick then? Yeah, that's the move I don't want to get. Oh, that's exceptionally not good. Yeah. I'm pretty sure even if that wasn't super effective, a magnitude 9 is pretty much death. I think there is magnitude 10, which is a guaranteed one-hit KO, I've heard, but it's not good. Come on, take him out. Oh, that's not ideal. And of course now you heal, because super potions. I should really have bought a bunch of revives just for this nonsense. And we get critted, of course. And of course we're weak to both fire and ground with a steel type, so we're in exceptionally bad position. And of course you didn't flinch there, but we would have. Whew. Well, I'm a bit frustrated with all this. I genuinely don't recall this fight being difficult, honestly. But what can you do? So we've been going for about an hour and a half. I think that's not bad, so I think we will call it here. And we will try again next week, where hopefully the game will stop cheating. Hopefully. I'm not wildly hopeful of it, but I'm hoping. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, follow the stream to know when we go live, because we stream every single night. Usually Animal Crossing, but, you know, we're trying to get back into Pokemon. We've got some Seiken Densetsu 3 coming up, hopefully, and some other stuff when I happen to have the time. You might also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel, see everything else I do, which is a lot of stuff. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is get curb stomped by a cheating AI. But also get back into Pokemon, and hey, my equipment hasn't exploded yet, so that's something I'm marginally optimistic about. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.